Good morning, guys. Welcome to Café con Liga. And what a game last night, man. Barça Atleti, 3 penalties, drama, goals. Certainly not my prediction. It was 0-0 for this game, so I was way off. At least I got the draw. But it surprised me, especially with this early goal. Diego Costa, man, this guy doesn't have any luck on Camp Nou, does he? Last time he gets red carded. This time, within the first 20 minutes, he's scored an own goal and then missed a penalty. But yeah, let's start one by one. So the first penalty, I think it was. First of all, let me just say that I agree with all three decisions. I think even though we're gonna go into it, and yes, there's millimeters and there's little things that they're not given normally. I agree with the three penalties, the three key decisions in this game. But yeah, maybe the first one was actually the clearest because it's your classic penalty. Carrasco running into the box, changing directions without clipping him. That's a stone cold penalty. Now, what happened after is really curious. Ter Stegen, his foot is literally a centimeter off the line before Diego Costa takes the shot. So, of course, again, by the letter of the law, that's not allowed. The penalty should be retaken. Now, the problem I have is with the consistency. How often do we see these decisions actually getting taken, and how often do we see penalties retaken? I don't think it's that as often as we would hope. But anyway, that's what Hernandez, the referee in this game, and Mateo Laos, the VAR referee, controversial as well, retaken the penalty. And also the other curious thing for me was the new penalty kick taker. To be honest, I didn't really know that you could change them. But yeah, apparently, once a penalty is been voided, you can assign another penalty kick taker. So Saul this time didn't miss. But of course, I can understand Barca fans feeling angry at this decision. Messi after that bombarded that Atletico goal with a few shots. Oblak again with some heroics. From that free kick where the ball was swerving everywhere, and then finally Oblak was able to punch it away. But he got his goal, Messi. His 700th goal, in fact, another milestone for the GOAT, for this Argentinian that no matter if you're a Real Madrid fan, if you're a Barca fan, if you're an Atleti fan, you have to appreciate, the gift of football that we have that's called Messi. And what a Panenka as well. Maybe he's seen that from Ramos's few penalties lately. But congratulations to Messi, of course. That penalty on Semedo, again, very soft penalty. Felipe does touch him. Semedo does get to the ball first. So, again, by the rule book, penalty, even though it might seem soft, there was contact, and Semedo did play with the ball first. And then again, we go to the last part of the game and the penalty on Carrasco, which, to be honest with you, the first time I watched it, I thought this was the craziest penalty ever given. I thought Carrasco tripped himself and fell in the box. They didn't even review it by the VAR, so I was a little bit scandalized. You can see it on the Instagram stories. I've got all the penalty situations there. But of course, once you see a few replays, once you see it in slow motion, you do see Semedo slightly touching Carrasco, which at this high speed, of course, provokes this trip by Carrasco. So it is a penalty. It is a penalty. Saul buries it 2-2, and a draw. A draw that we expected. Atletico have been in good form. We have to give them some credit. They are the best, the best looking team after this break. Without a doubt. And Simeone, the job that he's done, we keep on rambling about it, but this year was a rebuilding year for Atleti. Don't forget, they changed their whole back line. Godin leaving, Juan Fran and Felipe Luis retiring. They brought in new players like Felipe, Mario Hermoso, like Kieran Trippier, Lodi, and Llorente. And Atletico, after maybe a rocky first part of the season, they're back to their best. They knocked out Liverpool of the Champions League and now are looking like possibly one of the favorites to win the Champions League this year. So again, Diego Simeone, what a job he's done with Atletico. And they're finishing third, and they should, of course, with that squad. As for Barça, except for Messi, of course, a lot of credit needs to go to Riqui Puig. You know, this young kid coming into this squad and just taking the bull by the horns, you know, taking his chance and really, really looking amazing in the middle of the park, controlling the game. You know, that classic La Masia product in the midfield that Barça needs, you know. Him and Ansu Fati have been the revelations for Barça, and I really hope, despite some of their questionable decisions, they do stick with these two, because there is a big future ahead of them. And Carrasco as well, we have to say, his return to Atletico Madrid, he's been looking sharp, and he's an option for Atletico that proves to be crucial at the end of the season. And Griezmann, again, he's coming into the game, his last 5 minutes against his ex-club, you know, to play in the meaningless time of the game. You know, it's a little bit sad to see. You know, a guy that had so much influence in the Liga for the past 5 years, now used to play basically the trash minutes, as they say in the NBA, the last 5 minutes of the game. But you know, you make your own decisions, and you follow your path. So he can't be mad at anyone, Griezmann. So Barca fans, tell me, did you just lose the league? What do you think? Is that it? Is that the title gone? Is that Real Madrid gone with the title? Or do you still have some hope? Of course, Real Madrid playing Getafe on Thursday. They need to win that game, and if they do, that's going to be 4 points gap, and that might prove to be a little bit too much. They do have an away game against Athletic Bilbao next week, Real Madrid, so that's going to be a very tough game. Athletic, you know, at home, they're possibly the best home team except for Barça. So they're going to make Blanco's life difficult. But then again, Barça has a game at Villarreal, you know, another hot team right now. So let me know what you think. Is that the title gone? We have to mention again another penalty in the Mallorca game that was possibly the most ridiculous penalty given. Check it out. It's their first goal, even though they basically scored 5 goals and they deserve that win at home against Celta, against a rival for relegation. That penalty decision was ridiculous. But yeah, let's see if Mallorca can get inspired and possibly save themselves. As for Leganés, losing at home to Sevilla expected, and I think that's Leganés officially gone. Really, really sad. You know, they're a Madrid team. I used to go there a lot when before this crisis, and really sad to see them go down. But after what's happened to them, and you know, you could say also they've been unfairly treated in this transfer window, letting their 2 strikers go. But yeah, sad news for Leganés. And Getafe winning the other day against Real Sociedad, this Champions League playoff, and making that battle for 4th even more interesting with Getafe, with Sevilla. Real Sociedad, you know, still have a chance. So let's see what happens there. And let me know in the comments below, Barça fans, Atleti fans, were you happy with your team last night? And as you know, we're going to be back here with Café con la Liga discussing Spanish football. Hasta luego!